My name is Siegfried. I am very pleased to participate in the retirement tribute to Dr. James Morris. This video tribute was probably somewhat unwisely put together by Pat Morris and Jim's daughter, Caitlin. Now, Jim and I arrived at Lincoln Medical Center in the very early 1980s, and we had a wonderful friendship for almost 40 years, which revolved around taking care of mutual patients. But I have been asked the question about what are some of my favorite memories about Dr. Jim Morris, and a few came to mind. At one point in my career, I was bitten by the marathon bug for some unknown reason. And this was fueled by Bruce Silver, also known as the Schnauzer, because he had a beard and Bruce liked to yap at you about many different subjects. Somehow, Bruce convinced Jim and I to participate in a local charity 5K. So on the Saturday morning, a brisk morning in the fall, we arrived, and as Bruce and I towed the starting line, we looked around, where's Jim? And then Jim appeared. And Jim was adorned in what would best be described as the floor model for the local Sears Roebuck camping department, with a tent which was suitable for 4 people comfortably sleeping overnight in the wilderness. Let's just say that Jim was not the sleekest appearing runner, and nobody misconstrued him for one of the Kenyan Olympic team marathoners. So Bruce and I looked at each other and silently wondered, will he make it? So the gun went off, and as we started out, we suddenly realized that there was a rumbling behind us. And the rumbling was Dr. James Morris's foot pounding as he grunted and made his way along the 5K. He made it, but because he made the ground shake for every step, every stride of that 5K, he was forever known as the Quake, short for earthquake. The second memory was I used to revel in the opportunity to call the vaunted practice, which was called Silver, Morris, and Nansteel at the time, SMN. And usually you would get a well-meaning receptionist who would guard the good doctor's privacy and time with her life. So my usual lead-in was, when the phone was answered, I said, this is Dr. J. Siegfried. May I speak to Dr. Father Morris about a common patient? If he's in Vespers, then please don't disturb him. And there would be a giggling on the other end of the line. And then I would add, or more likely, if he's taking a nap, then please do disturb him. We had a lot of great laughs. I would have to say that as a physician, when you work with another doctor for 40 years, you get to know what kind of a doctor your colleague is. Patients come back to you and they talk about their doctors. And I have to honestly say that with the many, many common patients that we shared, I honestly never heard a patient say an ill word about Jim Morris. Jim was trusted, compassionate, and dedicated to his practice. He would listen to his patients, and they always appreciated him. And as a friend, Jim was loyal. He was always there. If I had a question or a problem with a patient, Jim was always available to me. And when walking down the corridors of the hospital, when I would see Jim in his sport coat and his tie, with his undeniable earthquake stride, I'd always smile and prepare myself for an entertaining and pleasant diversion to our hard work days. Jim, you deserve every minute of your retirement. I love you, man. Be well. I hope to see you soon now that you have all this time in your retirement.